You know, there's a lot of Magic players out there who really don't understand both the importance and the value of storing your cards correctly. And that's why we're going to look over how I personally store all of my cards. Now, I do know that there is some truth to the things I'm about to tell you because I did work in a card store for a little over a year and a half. So there is some legitimacy to what I'm about to tell you. Whether it be that they have their cards strewn about all over the place, or they have all their extra cards sitting haphazardly into a box, the need for organization is a must. First off, you're going to need boxes, and not normal boxes, but actual card containers. Depending on the size of your collection, you may need a different box. But if you own at least over 2,000 cards, a 3-row box is the one you want the most. Now we move on to the actual organizing itself. For smaller collections, like between 500 cards to 1,000 cards, it makes sense to color code, white, blue, black, red, and green, and then colorless cards and lands. But for collections that are between 1,000 to 3,000 plus cards, it actually makes sense to forego color coding altogether and go alphabetically. One of the tools that I like to use to sort my cards is the Ultra Pro Card Sorter. Now, while it only has 18 spots and the alphabet has 26 letters, you can easily use the remaining 8 spots on the side. Once all of your cards are organized by letter, it's a good idea to alphabetize within the letters, like so. Secondly, you're going to need dividers. Now, you can use throwaway lands as a divider by simply bending the top of the card, so that way the bend sticks out and acts as a placeholder for your cards. Another trick I like to use is by grabbing a permanent marker and marking along the tops of the cards, so that way I can find my cards much easier. And if we're going to organize cards alphabetically, you're going to want to need one of these. This here is a top loader. I'm sure you've seen these guys before. You can find them at your local GameStops, you can find them at Walmarts, but you're definitely going to need these. Instead of having to look up what card is in what color, it's a lot easier to thumb through an alphabetical list. Now remember, when we're tackling large collections, efficiency is key. You don't want to waste your entire day trying to find 10 cards. You might as well just sacrifice an entire day's worth of organizing, so that way in the future, whenever you need to look for something, you can find it at an incredibly fast speed. And this is a crucial tool that you're going to need. To use it, all you simply need to do is just label along the top, whatever letter or however you want to mark it, just make sure that it's clearly marked along the top. These guys will be taller than all the rest of your cards in your collection, so it'll be really easy to find these amongst all the cards. That way you can find your A, you can find your M, you can find your Z's, and so on and so forth. For large collections comprising of 10,000 plus cards, it's a good idea to actually alphabetize by set name and then order each card alphabetically. While this process is arduous to say the least, I have found that this is actually the absolute best way to store your cards in terms of saving not only time, but frustration to boot. If your collection is getting to this point, I would suggest getting a label maker to clearly define where everything is to not only you, but for anyone else who wants to take advantage of your sweet organizing skills. And that's it for this video, everybody. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to throw a like my way and put a comment down in the comment section below. Let me know if my techniques actually helped you or if they hindered you. Until then, I'll catch you guys next time.